Hello everyone. Hi. Good afternoon. It's a Monday and we're here live once again. I'm coming in from Lipa City and with me today as my guest for this Let's Talk episode 4. Let us welcome um, he is called Doc Errol, as what his peers call him. He is a career service executive eligible, author, professor, trainer, resource person, a consultant, and a dynamic leader. He has under his belt 20 years of experience both in the government and private sectors. He has published his first book entitled Applied Strategic Management and Business Policy, a Case Study Method. He is also an author of an inspirational book, Perspective Matter to a Life Well Lived. The face that appears on Philippine television as PDIC's representative to announce bank closures in his capacity as Assistant Department Manager 2 at the Philippine Deposit Insurance Corporation. A young and dynamic doctor who busied himself with various professional engagements such as part-time professor at the graduate schools of Pamantasan ng Luzon ng Maynila or PLM, Southville International School, the Consolacion College of Manila, Philippine Women's University, accredited trainer of Philippine Trade Training Center of Department of Trade, contributing writer to the Public Manager, the official publication of the Career Executive Service Board, and also Intercom, the official publication of the PDIC advisor panelists for dissertation, thesis, case analysis, and feasibility study. Doc Errol is a graduate of Doctor of Business Administration in 2004 and MBA in 1998 at the PLM and BS in Accountancy at the UE Manila in 1993. Okay, so let us welcome Doc Errol. Um, let me bring him. There he is. Hi, Doc.
Hi, good afternoon,
Welcome to
and good
our Let's
afternoon to
Talk
all of
episode today.
televiewers. Yeah,
Yeah. So how are you?
I'm fine by God's grace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're doing okay.
that's good to hear. Doc, uh,
Yes,
may I
yes.
ask you what has been the experience of that Doc Errol in his everyday life previous to COVID, previous to this quarantine period?
Um, Prior to COVID,
Mm-mm,
actually, it's the perspective is very
mm-mm,
much okay, and
mm-mm,
then the COVID enters,
mm-mm,
and the COVID
mm-mm,
entered. Uh, the There is this one question that triggers me, and this is about how do I positively respond to an overwhelming health crisis,
mm-mm,
global health crisis brought about by
mm-mm,
the daunting and insurmountable COVID-19.
mm-mm,
And to be honest, actually, uh, I, I I have spent my life mending and encouraging others. And for this scenario, for these
mm-mm,
circumstances,
mm-mm,
parang exception to the rule,
mhm,
naging exception to the rule yung ako, except for
mm-mm,
one person. And it
mm-mm,
does really me.
mm-mm,
So this is not about from lack of motivation, and
mhm,
but it all because of the panic,
mm-mm,
fear,
mm-mm.
anxiety.
Yes, I think Doc Errol's internet is a little bit slow. Yeah, but guys, Doc Errol, we were discussing also about his
Oh,
book. His book. I'm showing them your book, Doc.
oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So let's
Yeah,
continue
you have
the
so much.
discussion.
Yeah, you have so much contribution with my book. And
Talaga.
I draw inspiration. I draw inspiration from your story also.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, so what is Doc Errol now that is during the pandemic? What is he?
Well,
Who is he?
there's this realization in me that
Mm-mm.
life is not all about. It's not being comfortable all the time.
Mm-mm.
So there are scenarios right now. This is
Mm-mm.
the scenario, or we live in a period
Mm-mm.
wherein our health are being threatened, uh,
Mm-mm.
uh, physically and our
Mm-mm.
respiratory, and
Mm-mm.
which affects directly our emotional stability.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And one thing that I noticed from your post, you keep on inspiring and motivating people, despite despite the pandemic. You still have this innate passion for having a positive outlook in life. Why is that?
More than my motivating others,
Mm-mm.
I'm also motivating myself. That is also my
Okay.
way of motivating myself, or encouraging myself
Mm-mm.
to overcome the obstacles
Mm-mm.
or the struggles.
Mm-mm. But
Yeah, that's it.
was there a big impact in your life uh, because of this? Meron bang malaking
Uh,
impact sa iyong everyday life, sa iyong everyday work and family life?
yeah, yeah. Basically, if your perspective is healthy, then
Mm.
it will attract positive positively.
Mm. Mm.
That's why kung negative ang iyong perspective,
Mm.
then uh, yung confidence level, there is self-doubt,
Mm.
uh, magti-trigger yan eh.
Mm. Yeah. But now that you are there at home, 'di ba, and you're working from home, what is your realization about life, about this work?
Okay. The first realization is that health is wealth, indeed.
Oo, tama. Health is wealth.
Mm.
True.
And then parang we have to stop from what we're doing right now,
Mm.
because everything or everyone becomes busy that
Mm.
we forgot to focus on the essential things in life.
Mm. And
And
what do you consider essentials?
the essential things like are actually the basic things.
Mm.
We don't have to go to to yung mga extravagant lifestyle, but
Mm.
one essential things that I would like to mention is the relationship.
Mm.
Okay, the relationship with ourselves.
Mm.
Okay, we have to
Importante
be
'yan.
confident with ourselves. Yes,
Mm. Mm.
because kung ano yung nasa loob mo, that will also seen, that
Mm.
can also be displayed, di ba?
Mm.
And
Mm.
we have to be uh, relationship with our family,
Mm.
because of this COVID-19. It gives
Mm.
us more time to go or to band
Mm.
camaraderie, and then
Mm.
it also gives me time
Mm.
to mingle with nature, because
Yeah.
in our place we have
Mm.
this may mga may mga garden ako. May tanim ako. May mga
Talaga?
puno akong tinanim. So, yun,
Oo.
nagdidilig
So
ako,
you're
ganyan,
also
ganyan. Ayun.
into planting, you're also into growing things.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
So, in doing so, nakikipag-mingle din ako sa mga aso ko, sa mga pets.
Hmm.
So, parang relationship with the pets.
Oo, oo,
Okay?
yeah,
And
yeah,
of course, siyempre, it gives me more time now to worship, to listen to the words, to the songs,
mm.
which I have, which I really do not do that because of the busyness.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. So you rarely do those things because you were so busy, and but now you have time, more time to do those things, and enjoy
Yeah,
the things that you really like.
enjoy. Yeah.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, that's good. Doc, on a day-to-day
Yes,
basis, yung ginagawa mo sa bahay, di ba
yes.
nag-work from home ka? Aside from the work from home, do you staff in the house? Like my husband is also working from home, and he is also helping us out, like washing dishes or in the laundry, kasi minsan na ano siya na parang na ano na siya, na overwhelmed na siya, kumbaga parang tired na siya for doing
Kailangan ng break.
those. Yeah, kailangan ng breaks. That's why minsan makikita mo siya naghuhugas ng plato. Do you also do that?
Yes, every morning, uh,
Mm-mm.
every morning,
Mm-mm.
pinapasyal ko yung aso. Actually hindi, yung aso ang namamasyal sa'kin. So, nagpapaaraw ako,
Mm-mm.
nagpapaaraw ako, so gano'n 'yun. And then,
Mm-mm.
um, nagwawalis na ako ng ano, ng tapat,
Mm-mm.
nagwawalis na ako, tatanggalin ko yung mga, dahon, and then yung
Mm-mm.
mga kanal, yung mga waterways, tatanggalin ko para baka may mga bara, may mga
Mm-mm.
bara dun sa mga dahon, so tatanggalin ko na yan.
Mm,
And then,
mm,
didilig na ako. So,
mm,
doing the household. Tapos nung nagkasakit yung wife ko,
hmm,
ng ano, ng vertigo. Vertigo.
okey, mm,
So, no choice. Yung katulong namin ay nagbakasyon. So,
mm.
ako nagpe-prepare ng food, ako nagte-take care sa kanya.
Oh,
Ayan.
nice, that's nice. That's really nice. I admire men who do that to their wives. So meron kang schedule
Actually,
na
PUM
sinusunod.
ako.
Ha? What was that?
Member ako ng PUM. PUM.
What is PUM?
Person under ni Mrs.
Alam mo, Doc, napansin ko sa'yo, you really love acronyms. Ang dami mong acronyms, natututo ako sa'yo about that. Bigyan mo nga ako ng iba pang acronyms.
Actually kasi kaya ako naman ginamit yung mga acronyms na yun kasi madaling ano ma-recall. Kasi
Yes,
nag-aaral
oo.
ako, nung nag-aaral ako, gumagamit lang ako
Mm,
ng mga acronyms.
mm,
Ayun.
mm,
So,
mm.
in
So give
fact,
us more
naging kind,
example.
like COVID,
Mm,
uh, the COVID, you have to take care of our health and protect others, and at the
mm,
same time, make our break enjoyable by doing the following COVID endeavors. So, COVID,
mm, mm,
C, cast our cares on the Lord.
mm,
O, offer
mm,
help by helping
mm,
others.
mm,
B, value cleanliness and
mm,
sanitation.
mm,
I, increase immune system.
mm.
And then D, discipline ourselves.
Very
That's
good.
COVID.
Wow. So yan, 'pag naiisip mo lang bigla yan when you're looking at those words, you're just, naiisip mo lang bigla na, "Uy, eto pala puwedeng acronym."
Yeah, hindi. Hmm. Actually,
Oh,
kinukuha ko yung kung ano yung timely.
timely. Yeah, yeah. So let's talk about your book. Guys, this is his book, and I'm so lucky. Perspective Matters. Sige, pakita ko. Okay, Perspective Matters to a Life Well Lived. Ayan, I'm so lucky, fortunate to have received his first 'di ba, published book. Itong book na to. I was
That's
the
the second. That's the
A
second
second,
one.
yeah, yeah. No, but we're talking about inspirational book, 'di ba? This is your first inspirational
Inspirational.
book.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
Oh,
And I'm so lucky to receive. Meron ako ditong, it's very, very timely as well. This is, and let's talk about this 5 C's to live through joys, because this is really very interesting for me. This one. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Kasi sabi mo meron dito, get rid of 5 C's to live through joys, 'di ba? So what are
Okay.
those? Number one is you said condemning. The way we treat other people is an expression of
Okay.
how we wish to be treated. So let's talk about that.
Okay, 106.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
100, 106.
106.
Mm-mm.
Yes. Okay. Yeah,
Uh-uh.
condemning.
Oo.
Yeah,
I know
because
your
a lot
book
of
is
people are.
I know your book is also
Yeah, pardon.
spiritual. Mm-mm.
Ah, yeah. Sort of.
Sige,
Because
let's
my
talk
my
about
my
that.
guide,
Mm-mm. Yes.
which one? The five C's of joy.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
The first one is condemning, right?
Mm-mm.
So they when we talk about condemning, there's this tendency of the people to condemn rather than uh, appreciating.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So when we do that, uh, we focus on the fault of others when in fact we can also look at the good side.
Mm-mm.
So instead of condemning, look at the good side.
Mm-mm.
Okay. They and there are, the second C is the complaining.
Mm-mm.
A lot of people are complaining,
Especially
especially
now.
now. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that the government is not responding and so
Mm-mm.
on. But the
Mm-mm.
truth of the matter, meron namang ginagawa.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. But of
Mm-mm.
course, uh, instead of complaining, might as well uh, look at the positive side.
Mm-mm.
It's really hard to do their job, but
Mm-mm.
yet the government is still doing their job.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And
Napansin ko din
another
'yan ngayon.
thing,
Mm.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So kaya nga hindi ako nag-go against dun sa mga nagpo-post ng ano. So sabi ko, sige, do your own thing, but I'll do
Mm.
mine.
Mm, okey.
So I do not criticize them. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Because we have
Mm.
individual differences.
Mm,
If
mm.
you recall yung the ano the five blind men
Mhm.
in
Yes, yes.
Golden Sachs na, no?
Mm,
So
mm,
we
mm.
may have a different appreciation because ang
Yes.
laking elephant yun, malaking elephant.
Mm. Mm.
Blind ka, nakatapat
Mm.
ka dun sa legs, sa trunks
Mm.
na akala mo ngayon ay wood,
Mm.
di ba?
Mm.
Pero hindi natin nakikita yung overall picture.
Yeah,
Ayun.
true.
So
Parang yung
doon ko tinitingnan kaya we have to
oo.
appreciate.
Parang yung ano lang din, I saw
Yes, yes.
this parang article where merong ano, parang caricature or ano, picture ng dalawang tao that who are both sick, tapos nakasakay sila sa bus, and then no, hindi, nandoon sila sa hospital, and they have two different windows. And yung isa nakikita niya yung
Yes.
puro pader and yung puro ano lang, and then yung isa nakikita niya yung ano, yung magandang scenery. So every time he looks
Correct.
outside, nakikita niya yung ganda ng scenery. But yung isa, hindi siya tumitingin sa right side kahit nakikita niya, pwede niya namang makita because he keeps on focusing on the wall. Yun. So parang ganun yung sinasabi
Yeah.
mo that we have that perspective of constantly complaining, diba? Because of our focus.
Yes.
Mm,
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
mm, mm,
Precisely.
mhm.
Oo.
Okay.
So it's about our lens. Where do we
The
focus
lens.
our lens?
True. And then the next C is, you
We're
said,
clinging.
oo, nagki-cling. What is that?
Clinging. Like, basically, it's uh, when we cling on, we focus much on our mistakes, right? We focus on our the mistakes of others, then
Mm,
we tend to cling.
mm.
So
Yeah.
basically, instead of dwelling on the pain and suffering, then we might as well cling on a different angle.
Mm. So we have the first one is we condemn, we complain, then we clean. Ano pa po yung isa? You have five C's, 'di ba? Ano yung isa pa?
criticizing,
Criticizing. Yan,
criticizing.
magkakasama yan eh. Magkakadugtong-dugtong siya, eh, 'di ba? Mm.
Then the last one is controlling,
Mm.
'di ba? So when you try to control people, tendency, uh, you will not be happy. After all, uh, parang itong 5 C's na to will not make you happy.
Mm. So that's
Doing
the
these
reason.
things,
Yeah, that's the reason you said we have to get rid of those five C's. Okay, so ulitin
yes,
ko po yung sinabi ni Doc. Meron tayong five C's that we have to get rid of. One is condemning. Next is complaining. Next is criticizing.
yes,
And then, what's the other one?
clinging,
Clinging. Yun pala, clinging.
clinging,
And then the last one
controlling.
is controlling. Yeah. Doc, what inspired you to write this book? What
Actually,
inspired you?
there are a lot of um, my friends, friends, family,
Mm-mm.
okay, and are asking for
Mm-mm.
advices,
Mm-mm.
and then uh, based on my readings,
Mm-mm.
based on experiences,
Mm-mm.
so yun, nakapagbigay naman ako ng mga uh, advices. So they feel happy
Mm-mm.
afterwards.
Mm-mm.
So and then
From there,
they encourage me to,
you,
why don't you
uh-uh,
write a book?
uh-uh. So you got inspired because you
Yeah.
were able to help them. Why perspective? Why is it first perspective? Why
Yes. Okay.
use that word? Mm-mm.
Perspective from the word perspective. Okay.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
First, we have the word first or number one.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Because we have to matter our perspective. Otherwise, uh, we will not be able to uh, matter our perspective. We will not be able to improve our well-being. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Why first? Because we the word is actually a it is not a healthy environment. Okay,
Mm-mm.
depends actually on, it all depends on how we view things,
Mm-mm.
and
Yung unang-unang
it
ano
starts
natin,
with,
pananaw.
yes, it starts with perspective.
Mm-mm.
Okay, it will translate, it will attract all your
Mm-mm.
positive vibes.
Mm-mm. I
Ayun,
see.
siyempre kailangan, it's not because it's my first book, it's perspective. Actually, I'm working on my second book. It's no longer
Okay.
perspective,
Ano na?
it's perspective.
Perspective. Nice. I really like the way you play with words. Yeah, natutuwa ako. Ang dami kasing naka-ano dito mga acronyms and the way you play with words, the way you use the word to explain more. Guys, you have to buy his book Perspective Matters because it's really full of good advices and meron siyang mga humor yung kanyang libro because there are some
Oh,
ha 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 moments there.
oh, may
'Di
gagawin
ba?
sa'yo dyan eh. Thank you ah.
Oh, yes. Yes, I find your book so unique because you have all those stuff that you can not only get a perspective but also get those good parang good vibration because there's so much um humor in your book. Yeah. So
Oh.
ano ang overall, ano yung gusto mo talagang ipaliwanag dito sa libro mo?
Ah,
What do you
actually gusto
want
ko ipaliwanag.
of your book to get across? What do you want to get across to the audience or to the readers?
Basically, I want my readers to exercise
Mm-mm.
their power
Mm-mm.
to choose a healthy living lifestyle.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Okay, but it should start or it should emanate from the way we think,
Mm-mm.
and if that happens,
Mm-mm.
everything or the energy, positive energy flows.
Okay.
So, yun
Yeah.
lang naman yun eh.
Yeah. I believe in positivity as well. Well, talking about perspective, okay, because you're a banker, right? You're into that you're
Yeah,
with PYC, right? Correct. So let's
yes,
change
yes.
konti ng ating topic. From your perspective, thinking about positivity and all this stuff about what's going on in our world. What's your take on the financial aspect of our our everyday life after COVID? What do you think will
Yeah,
happen?
basically, no one really knows
Mm-mm,
uh, when the COVID-19 pandemic will end. Uh, Actually, no one can discern what the future may hold.
mm-mm,
At because if you can see, there's no surefire treatments given or
mm-mm,
available. Okay. Insofar as the government is doing, I'm satisfied with the what is government doing.
mm-mm,
Actually, careful sila. Careful.
mm-mm,
It's really hard for the government to balance between the health and the
mm-mm,
economic
mm-mm. True.
because right. Mhm.
Right. Mm-mm,
Ayun. So categorically speaking, um, people and businesses are financially distressed.
mm-mm, mm-mm,
Such condition actually will continue because
mm-mm,
the government will pass on the obligation. Remember that 270 billion loan,
mm-mm.
the
Was that a loan
loan to
ba
its
yun?
people.
Loan ba yun? Wasn't it parang budget na yun? Talagang meron na?
Actually, it's a budget for another. Okay, so parang because of the emergency power, naka-budget
Mm-mm.
yun sa iba, pwedeng gamitin yun. Okay, so dahil ginamit yun,
Ah,
kailangan i-replenish
kailangang
yun.
bayaran. Oo.
Bayaran yun. Ibabalik
Mm.
natin yun. So,
Yeah, ibabalik.
how?
Mm.
How do we do it? So,
Mm.
in the form of taxes, in the form of fees, and
Mm.
I see there will be more these the key results areas in order for
Mm.
the economy to grow again,
Mm.
to develop again, is
Mm.
kailangan yung unemployment madness.
Mm.
Okay, the access to uh, financial support from the
Mm.
government
Mm.
in maybe less interest, small interest rates, or
Mm.
a subsidy,
Mm.
especially for the small and medium enterprise.
Mm. Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
and what else? Yun yung mga kailangan tingnan din doon. So, insofar as monetary is concerned, interest rates,
Mm.
government can do the pump priming strategy, which
Mm.
means kailangan nilang gumastos because we're at a
Mm.
crisis,
Mm.
kailangan merong mag-i-induce para
Oo.
mag-generate, para magkaroon ng economic activity so that
Mm.
mag-move yun.
So, halimbawa, like, for example, ordinary people working in regular jobs, ano ang magiging impact nito? Because the government will sabi mo nga ipapasa ng government sa ano, sa atin, sa mga tao yung ginastos for COVID. What's the ano projection about that? What ano yung nakikita natin?
Nakikita ko lang diyan is, um, the kailangan i-increase natin ng employment. The
Employment
unemployment, uh, employment, the employment kailangan natin taasan 'yon,
mm,
para magkaroon ng taxes,
mm.
okay.
But
So
how
yung
are we
taxes
going to
yun na
do
naman
that?
gagamitin.
How are we going to do that now that businesses are, yung iba nag-close talaga, as in talagang totally nag-close sila and with no promise of going back and opening again. And meron din kahit mga malalaking company na are already laying off people, 'di ba? Because of ano, na bawasan
Yes.
talaga yung kanilang income. So, how are we going to do that? Are we going to proceed with making more employment if that is the case?
Actually, I can cite two incident in the
Mm,
past.
mm.
Uh, this is the in the U.S. Great Depression in
Alright.
1930s.
Mm,
Okay. Uh, the unemployment rates is so high, was so
mm,
high
mm,
that no one is actually taking care. No one is not the economy is not moving.
mm,
So the business are not moving. The businesses are not moving. So in that
mm,
case, who's going to initiate the
mm,
move?
mm,
So using the principle of John Maynard Keynes, the pump priming strategy, wherein the government should borrow money to use it for more productive economic activities. Okay, another reason, another instance, after the Ninoy was killed,
mm,
okay, uh, there is not much activity, economic activity during the time, okay, and no one is, no one was investing. In other
mm,
words, the money of the people are being kept or were being kept inside their house or uh, inside their house.
mm,
So what did the government do?
mm,
Okay, under the Jobo Fernandez bill, the Jobo bills, nag-issue sila ng Jobo bills, the government
mm,
issued the Jobo bills to to
mm,
entice the public to invest,
mm,
okay, to siphon off the excess liquidity in the market para
mm,
lumabas ito, and then yung pera naman na yon na nakuha nila ay gagamitin naman para economic activity. Kasi wala
mm,
walang gusto maglabas ng pera, takot. So yun,
yeah,
we have to take care also of our exports. Kasi
mm,
during the time hindi natin na-address yung exports.
mm. So,
Ayan.
ang nakikita mo is the
So those are the
government
two
would.
incidents.
Oo. So ngayon ang nangyayari sa'tin ngayon after this pandemic, kapag nagbukas na ulit tayo, normal na ulit, the new normal na tayo, you're saying that the government should infuse
Yes.
another fund or budget para mag-create ng more employment. So that would mean another ano, set of loans, right?
Yeah.
Another set of
Yeah.
borrowing. Mm.
Basically, magkakaroon tayo ng borrowing, another set of borrowing
Mm,
para ipa-fund
mm,
'yan para do'n sa mga projects, government projects na gagamitin para create
create ng jobs.
more productive. Yes.
Mm, mm,
Otherwise, walang kikilos.
mm.
Okay.
But meron akong
So,
ano,
para
I
kailangan magbigay ng tiwala.
okay. I have this
Yes,
ano,
yes.
I read somewhere no, sa US kasi they have this stimulus package, right? They're giving this out
Yes.
to everyone. Kaya lang sinasabi naman, it will also create yung parang ano daw kasi yung people will just continuously. depend on the government. How's your take on that? Ganun ba nang mangyayari sa atin if that's the reason why kailangan i-stop natin yung pagbibigay ng mga ano, ng cash sa mga tao because of that, na magkaroon ng ano, dependency?
Kasi actually you're referring to 4 piece.
Oo.
Okay?
Yes.
Yung 4 piece na
Mm,
binibigay ng
mm,
Pantawid Pamilya.
mm,
Okay? This was recommended by the World Bank, IMF World Bank.
mm,
Okay? In order to promote inclusive growth.
mm,
However, uh, some sector, okay,
mm,
hindi na, supposed to be dapat itong yung amount na to gagamitin for productive use.
mm.
Kaso, productive ba yung pag ginamit mo sa sugal?
Yeah.
May economic activity?
Okay, so let's define that. Let's define the productive use. Ano yung productive use sa tingin mo?
Eh, okay. Productive use is kailangan magkaroon ng economic activity, which means dapat makapag-create ng jobs,
Mm,
makapag-produce ng goods,
mm,
maibenta ito,
mm,
consume, and
mm.
then maibalik ulit sa producing sector.
Oo.
So, dapat doon umiikot yung flow.
Mm,
Pero
mm,
kung puro consumption lang,
mm.
medyo mahirap naman yun.
True, oo. Kaya nga ako naniniwala ako na I would rather teach people to ano, how to make money than give them money, 'di ba?
Correct.
Oo. So
Correct.
but mm. So pero nandiyan na 'yan, eh, nandiyan we cannot ano, we cannot naman, tawag dito, refuse to ano, to help, people who really need help, 'di ba? Kaya lang yun nga nagkakaroon ng dependency. Now because you said na kahit maglo-loan na naman tayo in order to infuse into the projects ng government to create more jobs, and then what happens, what about the businesses that closed up? What do you think can the government do in order to help them?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually,
Mm-mm,
the government may provide subsidy subsidy to small and medium enterprise. Uh,
mm-mm,
the government can also provide financial access,
mm-mm,
accessibility, uh,
mm-mm,
uh, lower interest rates. Okay? Kasi we have to support them also para bumalik yung dating sigla ng economy. And by
mm-mm,
that time, okay, by that time, pwede nang may balik yun ah, sa government. Ginagawa
But
naman ng government yun.
mm-mm. But when you say lower interest rates, you mean to say yun sa mga banks yan, 'di ba? Lower interest ng banks for the loans na pwedeng
Ah,
ibigay or what is it that you're talking about? Ano yung sinasabi mong interest rates na ilo-lower?
okay. The Monetary Board of the Bangko Sentral may actually decide or may
Mm-mm,
have a decision to lower the interest rates being provided by the banks.
mm-mm,
It's
mm-mm,
all depends on their decision. But
mm-mm,
on one side, the
mm-mm,
fiscal, kasi we have two things yan, monetary and fiscal policy.
mm-mm,
The fiscal,
mm-mm,
the government is the spending. Okay, they can actually provide subsidy or
mm-mm.
uh, access to finance para magamit
Hmm.
ito
Mm,
uh,
mm,
okay magamit ito ng mga businesses
mm,
to start again,
mm,
okay, para
mm,
maging vibrant ulit ang kanilang
yeah,
businesses.
mm. So, do you think the government will do this?
Okay.
Do you think the
So that
government
will come from Marawis also.
medyo nawawala yung ano?
I think the government will do that because we have economic managers. We have economic managers na magagaling. Our
Mm,
economic managers are actually exceptionally good. So
mm,
they can bago ko pa iniisip yan, ginagawa na nila yan. Naisip na nila
Mm.
yan.
Naisip na nila 'yan, okey.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe it.
oo,
I believe it.
oo, oo,
That's correct.
oo. Sa tingin mo Doc, is there a need pa for for extension of the quarantine period and how will it impact our economy?
Uh, Again, this is a hard decision for the
Mm,
government, especially of President Duterte.
mm,
Okay. Um, we have to balance between health and economy.
mm,
Uh, my take, okay,
mm,
we siguro we'll just focus on the areas na may concentration. So
mhm,
nandun yung concentration ng merong infected.
mga cases.
Okay? But for
Mm,
areas na wala naman,
mm,
like in the provinces,
mm,
dapat tuloy ang buhay.
mm,
Tuloy ang production,
mm.
especially in the agriculture side.
True,
Kasi ang
mm,
dami natin puro naging consumption.
mm,
So, kailangan natin ma-replenish ulit yun.
mm.
Ayan.
Yeah,
So,
mm,
ang mangyayari niyan is NCR, tingin ko lang
mm,
NCR magkakaroon ng uh, strict, okay, doon sa areas lang na
mm,
maraming affected.
mm. And then the
Tapos,
rest
i-open niya na yun sa iba.
sa iba, oo. I heard that
Yeah.
the mayors, the different 17 mayors yata, I'm not sure ha, but I heard that they are going to discuss this kung aling mga areas nilang o-open at hindi o-open after May 15, no? And we're still waiting for
That's
that. A lot of people are waiting for that kasi meron ng mga pumapasok, especially from the south, mga papuntang Manila. So we're expecting for their announcement anytime soon.
correct.
Ang ano ko lang dito kasi syempre maraming ano people, let's face it, people ordinary regular family they have naubos na, nasimot na yung kanilang mga naipon because of the continuous quarantine period, lalo na yung middle class, 'di ba? Kasi marami talaga walang
Correct.
na-receive na any help from the government, yung mga
Mm,
incentives na yun. Aside, except for the those who were given in kind like rice and canned goods, ganyan. So, meron silang expectations, saka meron silang anxiety that what will happen, pumasok man ako, for how long kaya maglalast yung aking budget and also how long will my work kung hanggang kailan ba yung kumpanya ko. So, meron talagang uncertainties na ganyan. As person who works in the financial industry, ano ang pwede mo sa kanilang ibigay na for them to be inspired, for them to, get these worries and concerns aside para mawala, kahit papaano mawala yon. What can you tell them?
Actually, there's this, ano, di ba, saying na pag maiksi ang kumot, magtiyagang
Matuto.
mamaluktot. O matuto man maluktot. But sa sobrang pamaluktot na, wala nang mapiga. I mean, ubus na
Mm.
talaga.
Mm.
Okay? What we can do is, uh, ano ba ang meron ka pa? I mean, kung meron ka pa bang mga non-performing assets, I mean, kung may
Mm.
assets ka pa ba dyan, kung meron ka pa lumang bisikleta, o kaya yung mga damit mo na luma na, o
Mm.
maganda naman, tas tinatago mo dahil baka pumayat ka,
Mm.
huwag na nating isipin na papayat ka. Chances are, talagang baka hindi na tayo bumalik sa pagiging payat. So, ibenta na natin yun.
Ouch!
Tapos yung mga luma nating mga pwede na nating ibenta yan. Sorry. Okay. Um, Kasi uh, just to exaggerate things. Okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. So may mga assets naman tayo.
Oo.
Okay. May mga assets pa tayo na personal na pwede pa nating i ibenta, okay, tapos gamitin natin yung may pagbebenta niyan to produce another asset.
Okay.
Okay? Yung asset na
Okay.
yon, non-performing yun, pero pag
Mm.
nabenta natin yon, we can use the money.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying.
Okay?
Kaso merong mga
So,
may mga
yun, gamitin natin
pilosopo
yun.
diyan, okey, may mga pilosopo magsasabi, "Eh, wala ngang pera yung mga tao, eh, paano nila bibilhin 'tong mga asset ko? Paano nila bibilhin yung bisikleta ko, yung ano?" So, what can you ano, let's face it, maraming ganyan, maraming mag-iisip. I'll be the devil's advocate right now. Mm,
Yeah, 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 I understand.
mm,
Don't limit yourself to those people. Meron
mm,
naman kaya nga tayo may online ngayon, eh. Ang
mm.
dami na ngayon, eh. Actually may mga pera pa yung mga tao diyan kaya takot lang din sila dahil they're reserving. Pero once na na-lift na 'to and everything will be okay now, then makakabili ulit sila niyan, lalabas ulit ang pera niyan,
Mm, mm.
okay. And
Ang
then, sige.
yes, yes, Doc, sige. Sorry.
Yes,
Naalala ko kasi,
yeah, you were saying.
naalala ko kasi yung
Oo,
mga tao, yeah, during the first few weeks ng pandemic, hindi pa gano'n ka-concern ang mga tao, 'di ba? Hindi pa sila nag-iisip masyado about their
yes.
finances. Pero during the second wave na yung parang second quarantine extension na, meron bang, in your ano lang ha, observation mo lang, meron bang talagang, parang, nag-withdraw ng maraming mga savings nila sa bangko because they are afraid, because they want to really get hold of their money para hindi sila, alam mo yon, para in emergency or in case na hindi na maging normal ang life?
There's a ano 'no, possibility kasi, under the, yung mga crisis situation, cash
Mm,
is necessary, is an
mm,
essential,
mm,
item.
mm,
But babalik din 'yan, okey? Babalik din 'yan kasi, ah, mawala lang yung uncertainty
mm,
at, matapos na itong ano na 'to, COVID na 'to,
mm,
things will go smoothly,
mm.
okay.
So you're saying,
I still believe.
uh oo, they don't have to worry about, money-wise because babalik din siya sa dati. Kahit na medyo konting higpit ng sinturon ngayon, konting, benta-benta ng mga assets, 'di ba? Pero babalik din siya sa dati. Yun yung nakikita mo. Why do you have that kind of positivity? Ano yung naging basis mo for that?
um, Kasi I've been in the ano, eh, 'no, yung I started hindi naman ako mayaman, eh.
Mhm.
So, nag-start ako actually hindi ko nga pala kilala yung aking magulang kasi hindi ako pinalaki, eh. Hindi, biro lang.
Talaga?
Anyway,
Teka, may
hindi ako
hugot
tumangkad, eh.
yata 'to.
Oo,
May mga hugot pa
hindi,
tayo,
biro lang.
Doc.
Anyway, hindi,
Oo.
wala. Hindi
Okey.
lang ako tumangkad, ibig sabihin lumaki, okey. Anyway, ayun. Ah, Kailangan lang kasi nating ano, magtiwala lang tayo
Mhm.
na kaya natin. We have to
Okey.
believe in ourselves. Kasi dun naman nagsisimula yun, eh. 'Pag hindi
Mm,
ka nagtiwala sa sarili mo,
mm,
okey, ay, ah, everything will not fall into its proper places.
mm,
Magkakaroon ka ng self-doubt, magkakaroon ka ng anxiety, and
mm,
paano ka pa kikilos niyan?
mm. Yeah, if you
Kaya
operate
kailangan
from
talaga
the
merong
place of fear and self-doubt and anxiety, talagang hindi ka makakakilos. Talagang you will be paralyzed and you will constantly
correct.
think negative things. I also remember kasi, 'di ba, ilang depression ang pinagdaanan ng mundo. 'Di ba, remember the last depression in the US was in 2008 when I
Yeah,
know a lot of people, even some of my friends, talagang affected sila. They lost everything during the time. Um, but nakita ko people are resilient, right? People can start over.
yes.
Kaya lang, Doc, okay, again, here I am being the devil's advocate. Iba 'yun eh, yung
Never
depression
okay.
before. Iba yung naging depression before. It was a crash ng stock market, if I'm correct. And then, but now it's
Okay.
a pandemic. It's crash of the economy of the almost the whole globe because of health, because of a virus.
Yes.
So, how are we going to, how are we going to change that perception na may fear sila kung every time maiisip nila na it happened, nagkaroon ng pandemic, at hindi pa siya nare-resolve? How are we going to, to make them feel confident about the situation?
Yes, yes. Yeah, tama ka naman diyan, kaya lang, ganito 'yan, sabi ni Warren Buffett,
Mm,
the best time to invest, okay,
mm,
is when there is blood in the streets, which means takot. 'Pag may blood
mm,
in the streets, walang gustong lumapit, takot.
mm,
And today is the best time to invest, especially in the stocks. Ang
hmm.
baba ng stocks ngayon, ang daming ang
Oo,
bababa
true.
ng stocks. And chances are, okay, 'pag bumalik na kaagad 'yan, nakabili ka ng maraming stocks, and then benta mo ngayon,
Mm.
o
What are the best
panalo ka
stocks
ngayon,
na puwede nating
'di ba?
investan
It
ngayon?
risk lang 'yan, marami tayong risk na i
Mm,
the best stocks ngayon yung mga blue chips, ang daming blue chips ngayon na Ayala, merong
mm,
Jollibee,
mhm,
merong, PLDT, in fact
mm,
meron ding ABS-CBN bumaba rin. Pero
mm,
I don't know,
oo.
baka maganda niyan is mag-invest ngayon.
Mag-invest ngayon sa blue chips. You're suggesting that people, invest in blue chips. Yeah. Okay. Oh, guys, narinig niyo ha,
Yeah,
invest
so
in blue
kasi
chips.
may ano yan, ah, but I'm not recommending anything, kailangan pa rin nilang
Oo.
aralin 'yan,
Yes,
okay?
yes,
So
yes,
meron
yes.
din akong waiver din do'n. But right now,
Okay.
as I see it,
Mm,
sila sila ito yung mga magagandang bilhin.
mm,
Hmm.
mm, mm. Okay. Si Tess, our friend Tess Fernando and Lorna are asking questions. But what can you say sa government na medyo mahina ang distribution
Yes.
ng SAP? Yun ang tanong nila.
The, the distribution actually, nandun na yan sa local,
Local,
okay?
sa local
From
government.
the executive, yeah, locals nandun na sa local government. So, yung executive branch natin, wala na silang ano dun, ah, hawak dun. Now, siyempre,
Mm,
it boils down into the culture. Ano ba yung culture natin? Okay? Kaya yung culture kasi natin, pwedeng ah, kamag-anak incorporated muna, so
mm,
mga ganun. Kaya hindi
mm,
nakakaabot dun sa iba.
mm.
And sabi nga, kung meron daw kayong nakikitang may gumagawa ng ganun, i-report daw kaagad.
Yeah. O yan, i-report nyo, sis.
If
Kung sino yung hindi nagbibigay. Doc,
mm,
going back to to stocks. Syempre kilala naman natin si Robert Kiyosaki, right? Do you agree with
yeah.
him?
Mm,
Do you agree with him kasi sabi niya wag
which
daw
one?
wag daw mag-invest sa stocks kasi siya hindi siya nag-i-invest sa stocks. He would prefer to invest in mga tangibles like real estate. What can you say about that?
Okay.
Oo.
Okay. Um, the real estate tangible, kasi okay, this tax is uh, of course considered as hot money.
Mm,
Kumbaga, it all depends on the situation.
mm,
Okay? Kung maganda ang nangyayari sa Pilipinas o nangyayari sa environment, then
mm,
yung price ng stocks mo tataas. Pero another negative event, bababa
Mm.
yan. Okay?
Mm.
Halimbawa, kung meron nagkaroon ng kudeta, bababa yung mga stocks. Pero
Mm.
pag nakita na yung vaccine na discover
Mm.
na, tataas na
Mm.
yun yung stocks.
Mm.
Okay? So ganun yung stocks. Yung volatility ng stock price, stock market ay talagang
Mm.
uh, kasi napaka vulnerable talaga nila ng
Mm.
stocks.
Mm.
Pero
Mm.
kung marunong ka
Mm.
maglaro,
Mm.
basa mo ngayon yung dynamics ng
Mm.
environment, then
Mm.
go for the stocks. But
Mm.
gusto mo nang mas secured
Mm.
kasi risk averse ka,
Mm.
pwede naman yung ano, yung mga real estate, yung
Mm.
mga alahas, pwede naman yun.
Go. Yeah.
Okay?
Oo.
So it depends on your risk appetite.
Mm. Yeah, that's true. Marami kasi sa atin risk averse. We cannot blame them for that kasi may iba kasi they would rather have it talaga nakikita nila na meron silang gano'n. They don't feel confident if they're not seeing what they are investing in, 'di ba? Like stocks. Kasi hindi mo siya naman talaga makikita eh. It's all documents lang 'yan eh, 'di ba? So meron talagang mga risk averse na tao. Um, yeah, nabasa ko lang 'yan from napanood ko actually from Robert Kiyosaki's latest video. Yan ang sinabi niya na 'wag daw mag-invest sa stock. But ngayon nga,
Oh,
it's only logical and it's only like parang tama lang naman kasi we know naman eh like these companies, the Ayala companies na medyo bumaba man ang kanilang ngayon, tataas din yan sila pa, 'di ba? They have this big conglomerate and I know they will
correct. Oo.
make sure that their company will go up again, yung mga stocks nito. Yan. So
Mm.
I really think that people need to understand about finances, and I'm so glad that I'm able to ask you these things. Now, last question ko. Um,
Yes.
sa tingin mo, sa projection lang, opinion lang, how long are we going to suffer the consequences of the lockdown, economy-wise, financial-wise? Sa tingin mo, how long will it last?
Ah, siguro ganito eh. Let me just rephrase that question into a more positive way. Siguro
Okay.
ganito. What does a win look like?
Mm,
A win
mm,
in this event or
mm,
circumstance look like?
mm,
Okay.
mm,
First, I'll give it an acronym.
mm.
RARE.
Okay. What's that again?
Okay,
What's the
rare.
acronym? Rare.
Rare.
Oo.
Kasi unique to eh. Unique tong nangyari natin, eh, di ba?
Oo.
So, rare. The first one is kailangan meron tayong readiness ng test,
Oo, yes,
readiness
yes.
ng test and
Mm,
i-quarantine natin yung mga test positive.
mm,
Okay?
mm, mm,
Second, the letter A. Second
mm,
is A. So there should be availability of more people to do the contact tracers.
mhm.
Okay?
Okay.
Para matrace natin kung sino ba yung mga exposed.
Mm,
Now, the next letter is R in the
mhm,
rear. Okay?
mm,
So, kailangan makita natin may reduction, a
mm,
great number,
mm,
reduction of confirmed cases and deaths.
mm.
Okay? And then,
Okay.
last letter is E.
Mhm,
Kailangan meron ng existence ng vaccines and treatments. So, kung
mm,
present lahat ito,
mm,
ayun, doon natin makikita na panalo na.
mhm. I see. So you cannot say when this will happen. You don't have an idea. Yung yung tawag dito, kung how long this rare phenomena, nilagyan ko na ng gano'n,
Okay?
will happen or will come through.
Yeah.
So, okay. Wala naman talagang makakapagsabi nito unless nga one is meron ng cure, 'di ba? And then we're able to really separate those who are sick from those who are healthy. Right now walang gano'n eh,
Yes.
walang
Yes.
kasiguraduhan. Pero but we still have
Okay.
hope, right? We hope that this will not last for a long time.
Yes.
And we hope that, by December
Yes.
sana okay na lahat, no?
Yeah, hoping.
Mm,
These things will pass.
mm,
Okay.
mm.
These things
Pero
shall pass.
maano
Okay.
naman tayo, eh,
Actually,
yes, yes?
there are two ways lang naman para mag-thrive ka sa crisis.
Mm,
Okay.
mm,
Two ways.
mm,
The first
mm,
one is we have to adjust.
mm,
The second one is we have to adapt.
mm.
'Di ba? Sabi nga ni
Oo,
Charles Darwin,
mm,
it is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent,
mm.
but the one most responsive to change.
Yeah, amen
So
to that.
we have to
True, true
adjust,
yan.
we
We
have
have
to
to
adapt.
tama, tama, tama. Kailangan talaga parang kumot, matuto kang mamaluktot, tapos 'pag lumaki na, mag-adjust ka na. Or kung medyo dumoble na yung kumot, ibigay mo yung isa sa
We have
iba.
to adapt also.
Ayun. It's been
Ano pa naman eh, mainit pa naman ngayon so wala nagkukumot.
wala nagkukumot. True, oo nga. Unless naka-aircon ka, which I know, ikaw, Doc, naka-aircon ka palagi.
Yun. Hindi nangitim na nga ako kakadilig ko ng halaman eh.
Well, anyways, mga ano natin, mga viewers natin ngayon are saying na eto si Tess sabi niya, ikaw na daw Doc ang mamimigay ng ng sap, sabi ni Tess.
Pwede naman yung isda, sap-sap.
Uy, i-welcome ko 'yan. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Doc, for this very fun conversation, light and very and hindi lang entertaining, very informative conversation. And I wish we could do a part two of this.
Yeah, sure.
uh
It's
Thank you very
my
much.
pleasure.
Mm-mm. And guys,
Thank you
don't
very much.
forget.
Especially, di ba?
Uh, yeah, guys, don't forget. Buy Doc Errol's book, Perspective Matters to a Life Well Lived. Doc, saan nila ito mabibili?
Actually, pwede nilang sundan doon sa Perspective Matters page, FB page. So,
Mm-mm.
meron akong FB manager.
Hmm,
So, siya
okay.
nag-handle.
Mm. So,
Ayan.
makikita nila doon kung saan yung link, kung saan pwedeng bilhin.
So, meron na
Ah,
rin siyang meron na ring ebook.
may ebook na rin. Pwede na rin for download lang.
Kasi may ebook na rin doon.
Oo,
Yes. So,
I
uh,
see. All right. Thank you very much, Doc Errol Ibanez Jr. Guys, last message, Doc, before we end this.
um, uh, to all our televiewers, we may have actually lingering worries and anxieties, but
Mm-mm.
we have to trust God.
Mhm.
Uh, we have to trust God to carry us through, and
Mm-mm.
He will not fail us.
True.
These things shall pass.
Yes, this too shall pass.
That's it.
Thank, thank you, Doc. Thank you very much, and
Thank
I'll
you.
talk
Thank
to
you.
you again, guys. That's Doc Antonio Errol Ibanez, and that's been our episode for today of Let's Talk from High Vibe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye. High Vibe.